everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here. Yeah, and that's right, it is hip-hop album update time. I know it's been fucking months, but I just have not been buying as many albums this year as last year, so I think my last update was probably like 4 months ago. The reason for that is because I really said to myself at the beginning of the year, I said, I'm not going to buy as many albums as I did last year. I bought like 170 albums that were released in 2012 last year. And honestly, there was a ton of albums there that didn't have any replay value. I was blind buying shit all over the place and just being totally disappointed with so many albums that I bought. So I was like, you know what, this year, I'm gonna pick up the albums I really want. I'm not gonna blind buy as much and just kind of keep it down to a minimum. But I've got a pretty decent stack here, and I've actually got lots of stuff coming too. So just lots of albums that I want that are being released. So so I guess we'll get right into this here. It's Friday night, so cheers. Yeah. Alright, first up, all produced by Ko Itachi, and that's Dirt Platoon. I actually have the John Robinson Ko Itachi album in the mail right now, so that'll be in the next update. But so this album right here, I thought it's interesting because there's two discs. The first disc is all produced by Ko Itachi, and disc 2 is like the remix album. We'll get to that in a second. So the Ko Itachi record, I thought was pretty fucking decent. I listened to it a couple times before I dropped in the remix album. I thought it was pretty good. Ko Itachi's beats are always pretty good and stuff. As for the Dirt Platoon crew, I thought they came pretty correct. Then I popped in the fucking remix album, listened to it, and I actually liked the remix album more than the Ko Itachi album. I don't know what it was. It just seemed to work a lot better for me. I thought the beats were more fitting for them. I don't know. It was weird. It just came across better. But I mean, I still like the Ko Itachi produced album of this. I think it's really good. But the remix album, I think it's great. So, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. I would recommend this album. So Dirt Platoon, Ko Itachi. This one's a little expensive though. It's fucking import up here. I don't know how it's up with that, but anyways, pretty fucking good album. Oh, I have fucking cans of beer everywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Okay. Next up is, I was talking about how K-Def is having such a fucking phenomenal year this year with One Man's Band, and he just dropped another vinyl EP, and then he's got that other one. Here's the other instrumental, the Exhibit. This is awesome, man. K-Def is just killing it this year, man. Putting out so much dope stuff. The first 2 tracks on here are actually vocal songs. I got Seven Sean of World Renown. Does the vocals on the first song, Exhibit 2A, and the Fundamentals has Blue and Quartermain on it. So, but the fucking instrumental, it's so dope, man. If you're a fan of K-Def and you like One Man's Band, you can fucking love this, man. Everything he's putting out this year is great. These Redef releases are fantastic. Doing a really good job. Everything they drop is really quality. So, highly recommend K-Def. The Exhibit. It's a dope instrumental, right? If you like listening to that type of stuff. Next up is Hannibal Stax and Marco Polo. This is awesome, man. I love Marco Polo, man. I think Marco Polo is just sick. Everything he touches is fantastic. And he's having another really big year himself. This is like the 3rd album that he's produced that's come out this year. Or one of 3. But Hannibal Stax, really dope over these beats. I think there's nothing to complain about this one. I bumped this one a shit ton. Just really good quality hip-hop. Lots of replay value in this one too. So really enjoyed this. Highly recommend this. Check it out. Next up is Quell and Maker, Beautiful Raw. I was a little hesitant on getting this one. I don't know why, because I have like all the other albums they've done together and kind of enjoyed all the albums. And I put this one off until right now, and I just received this finally. I hadn't even downloaded. I hadn't heard anything off it. This is fucking good, man. This is really good. These two make a great combination. Everybody knows how much I love, One Producer, One MC records. Perfect. This is just the way to do it. This is really the way to do it. I mean, say what you will about Quell. I think he's really fucking dope, man. Really dope. Maker's beats are amazing. Overall, fantastic stuff. Has lots of replay value. Fucking bumps pretty good, man. So, yeah, Quilla Maker. I think this is their, I want to say their 4th album together. 4th or 5th. I can't remember how many there is now. But yeah, they've done quite a bit of work together. So yeah, check that one out. Very cool record. Now, here's an album that I was very surprised about. I didn't know what to expect. This was, I guess, a blind buy. I mean, it's by one of the guys involved in this record. I usually buy everything by because I'm a big fan. So, but on, you know, the other half of it, well, let's get into this. Daz and Dub C, West Coast gangsta shit. You know, Daz's production the last few years has just been pretty awful in my opinion. I always pick up everything that WC does because I'm a fucking huge WC fan. I think he's dope. And then, to my amazement, when the album came, Daz didn't produce anything on this album, so I was like, okay, so that might be intriguing. Listened to it and actually was pleasantly surprised by this. This is actually pretty good, man. I think they both come across really pretty dope in this record. The beats are fitting for them. You know, it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound very generic. It's, you know, it kind of has its own sound a little bit, and I think it just works. I mean, the content on this album kind of seems like it might have come from like fucking, you know, cats that maybe like really early in their careers and stuff. But I don't know, man. Like, they got songs on here called Alcohol and Drugs, Roll and Smoke, and I'm just like, you know, I mean, the content's not overly the greatest, but at the same time, it's still fun. I had fun listening to this, and it's got some replay value, so yeah. Dub C and Daz, West Coast gangsta shit. Next up, Ugly Heroes, produced by Apollo Brown. This is fucking dope, man. You know, Mellow Music Group, man, really does not disappoint at all for me, really. Like, everything I pick up by that company seems to be really good. Say what you want about Verbal Kent. I think he's actually pretty dope. Red Pill did a good job on this record. But, you know, I hear a lot of mixed reactions about Apollo Brown's production. You know, that he's kind of, you know, repetitive and doesn't really have much variety in his music and stuff. I mean, it's up for debate, of course, but I think his sound really does work. It's fitting, and it seems to work for a lot of different MCs. That's why he's put out nothing but quality projects. So this album, right from top to bottom, is very solid. It's very consistent, and it's just another good release from this year. You know, very solid album. I highly recommend this, especially if you're a collector of Mellow Music Group albums. You gotta fucking pick that up. So pretty good shit. So. Alright, next up, and these, I'm just doing all the 2013 releases first up here, so. Next up is Mad Child's Lawnmower Man. Had to pick this up. You know, I've always been a Swollen Members fan. I like Mad Child. Met the guy on numerous occasions. You know, this one right here I thought was definitely not as good as his last offering. It definitely has its moments in it, but it seems, to me, this album seems a little rushed. It sounds a little rushed to me. I don't know, there's something about this album that kind of bugs me a little bit. I don't think it's awful. I mean, if you like this crazy kind of gladiator fucking sound that he's got going now, it might be for you. If you don't like that shit, then stay fucking far away from this. It will not be your thing. Kind of in between on it myself. I think it's decent, but, you know, it's okay. I'm going to have to revisit this one a couple more times. I've only listened to it a couple times, and I haven't listened to it, like, even this week, so, I don't know. It's okay. Next up is Timeless Truth, Rocket Science. Finally, they dropped an LP. This is really fucking dope, man. I like Timeless Truth. This was released on Fat Beats Records. You got a few pretty cool features on here. You got Rock Marciano on a track. You got Action Bronson, Sean Price. So that's pretty cool. I'm not the hugest Sean Price fan, as everyone knows, but I do like to see him on, you know, what he's gonna do on fucking features and stuff. But yeah, overall, man, this is a good listen. Very quality hip hop, and it has lots of replay value. Once again, lots of fucking albums this year, lots of replay value. Anyways, the ones I've been buying, anyways. So. Just another quality fucking release in a digipack. Like, most albums that come out nowadays are in digipacks. It's kind of funny. it's actually kind of rare when I open up a box of CDs that I ordered and it's actually in a fucking jewel case, but you guys know what I mean if you buy albums. But yeah, anyways, Timeless Truth. Definitely check this shit out, man. Quality fucking... It's dope. It's really dope, man. Next up is the Green LP, Sour Jacks and Hustlin' Jacks. This is like a compilation album. I don't really know a whole lot about this. All I know is that all the songs in here were produced by Marco Polo, and that's pretty much what caught my eye. I don't really know if these were... It's obviously a compilation of songs he's recorded. I haven't really heard anything off here before, but it's got like Copyright, Guilty Simpson, MC8, Sean Price featuring Rock, so basically Health Skelter song. I don't know why they didn't just call it Health Skelter. Master Ace, you got Constant Deviance on here, Ross Koss, you got Sparrow, Constant Deviance again a couple more times. So very cool lineup, and overall it's actually pretty fucking dope, man. I paid like basically nothing. I think I only paid like $6 for this brand new, so that was a good fucking deal. But like I said, as soon as I seen Marco Polo's name attached to this, I was like, well, fuck me, I gotta get that shit. I buy everything Marco Polo, always will. I'm a big supporter. He's from Canada, he's from Toronto, so I mean, that's not really the reason I really do like his music, but yeah, this is really cool, man. I love the Master Ace song on here, All for Sale. It's really fucking dope. MC8 song is dope too, so very cool release. Next up was an album that I was kind of like, I was kind of on the fence about. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of the producer, but I don't know, for some reason I heard a couple snippets and stuff and I was like, I don't know about this one. I have all his albums. No, I'm actually missing one album, but anyways, we're talking about Static Selecta Extended Play. I don't know why I was so hesitant on picking this one up, but overall, this is a really good release, man. I think the beats on here are really dope. It's Static Selecta. I think Bird's Eye View is fucking amazing. Raekwon, Joey Badass, Black Thought. Now, in my opinion, Joey Badass's verse on that song is kind of lackluster compared to Raekwon's and Black Thought. I think Black Thought fucking destroyed that beat. Raekwon sounds really dope, but Joey Badass definitely kind of sticks out on the track. Like, I'm not saying he's bad, but I don't know if he was right to be paired up with those other two MCs. If you understand what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, then I'm not hating on Joey Badass at all. I really do like him. I just thought he was kind of an odd... Maybe it was how he approached his verse. I don't know what the fuck it was, but yeah, on this album, if you haven't heard this one, man, this has got, dope cats all over the place. You got Noriega on here, Little Fame, Sean Price, Mac Miller. Sean Price and Mac Miller did a song together on here. Action Bronson, Joey Badass. We got Freddie Gibbs, Prodigy, Styles P, Bun B. You got Joel Ortiz, Smith & Wesson with Flatbush Zombies. Wise P and Slain. I'm not really that huge fan of Wise P, to be honest. You got Mayhem Loren, AG The Corner. You got Blue Evidence, Rex. Fucking Strong Arm Steady. Pro Era, which is, a whole pile of fucking motherfuckers. And Talib Kweli. You got Terminology. You got Pause from De La Soul. The very last song on the album is done by Talib Kweli. I gotta say, man, I'm so bored with him over the last few years. I don't know what it is about him, man. He just doesn't do it for me anymore. I was such a huge fan of Talib Kweli and Mos Def back in the day. I still have Mos Def. Talib Kweli bores the shit out of me. But that's just me, I mean, it's, the song's actually not even that bad, but he just kind of bores me. But overall, this is a good release. Really fucking solid, man. If you're a fan of Static Selecta, definitely pick this up if you haven't, so I recommend it. Moving along here, we have Newport Authority 2, Marco Polo. Yeah, what can I say about Marco Polo, man? Seriously, so fucking dope. This shit is fucking awesome. I really enjoy this. He's got all his, kind of his usual cats on here. He's got Malcolm and Martin, of course. You got Jason, Tori, Rusty Jux, Little Fame, Artifacts, Big Daddy Kane, DOS Effects. You got Tragedy Gaddafi, the Little Fame. What else you got on here? Fucking Rakim. I mean, it just goes on. This is sick, man. If you're a fan of Marco Polo, check this shit out if you haven't. I can't say anything bad about this, man. I fucking love Back to Work by the Artifacts. That is so fucking dope that the Artifacts did a new song, and I really hope that they put out a new album because it's the fucking Artifacts. Come on, guys, get your shit together. L Day, Tame 1, get your fucking shit rolling, let's get that album out. So I'm really curious to hear what it's going to sound. Yeah, there's a song on here with Large Pro. Also, Dawson Facts. Like, come on, man. It's fucking sick, man. Pick this up. Next up is an album I did a review for. I know some people watched it and actually commented on it. DL Incognito's Someday Is Less Than a Second Away. I really, really dig this. Like I said, everything that DL Incognito's put out in his career has been very solid. It's just another very personal album. If you want to, you know, more on this one, just go check out the review. Just a few videos back on my channel, but this is fucking dope, man. It's really good. And I said in my review that Super was kind of a blip in the album. You know, I kind of regret saying that in the review because it actually is pretty dope. I mean, in my opinion, like, at first it just kind of came off, it was just a different type of song for me. But I think it really does work. I think it actually shows DL's kind of versatility and what he can do. So I kind of retract that statement, and Super's actually pretty cool. So yeah, DL Incognito, check this out. Very, very underrated MC. I've mentioned this a million times in videos, but I think this guy needs more recognition. I love him to death. He's great. One of my favorite crews of all time. Finally got this album a little while ago in the mail, and that is, of course, Hieroglyphics with Kitchen. Of course, this album did not disappoint me at all. I fucking dig this shit so much, man. I think they're doing a great job. I know a lot of people were kind of talking bad about the Hyro releases that came out last year. Honestly, I thought every release actually was pretty good. I mean, there was albums that were better than others, and, you know, of course, it's not their best work in the history of, you know, the Hieroglyphics crew for solo albums and stuff, but overall, if you take it for what it is, it's pretty fucking good, man. So it's a lot better than a lot of shit that's been coming out. But yeah, you know, with this one, the whole crew's back together and doing what they do best. Just doing group albums, man. I mean, all their group albums have been fucking dope, so. What can I say about this, man? I mean, you got all the Hyro producers on here. I mean, you got fucking Opio's produced a bunch of tracks on here. Actually, Opio produced a ton of tracks on here, to be honest. Sleepwalkers, you got fucking Dell producing on here. Unjust, Stephen King. It's pretty funny. But yeah, you know, overall, it's a Hyro record. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And if you don't, check this out, man. It's really dope. It's really good. Next up is not really a blind, but I kind of came across this randomly. I was on accesshiphop.com, and I was just kind of browsing at CDs, kind of looking at shit. I was in one of those moods for just checking out snippets and stuff. I usually don't do shit like that, but I came across this group called Black Tongue Society, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta check that shit out. And this is kind of like, it's really, really dark kind of, this is really hard to explain, actually. It's a really fucking big group. There's like tons of people involved in this. I know Madchild is part of this group. I don't know, man. I don't really know exactly how to classify this. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. It reminded me of like Jedi Mind Trick's first album, like the Psychosocial record. Kind of, in a way, just with, you know, being so many people involved, and I don't know, man. I really don't know how to describe this. I'm kind of lost for words on this one. There's lots of fucking people. Definitely check this out, man. It's really hard to explain. Maybe I'll leave a couple links to videos down below or just songs or whatever, but Black Tongue Society, it's really, really dark, kind of boom, bappy, dark, fucking, really, you know, lyric. It's really cool, man. I thought this was really fucking dope, man. So check this out. Very cheap on the website, too. I think I picked it up for, I think, $9.99, brand new, so yeah, it was pretty cool. Next up is the brand new Maestro Fresh West record, Orchestrated Noise. Now, this was an album right here that I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like, I mean, Maestro can be hit and miss with his beat choices and shit like that. So I got a couple tracks into it, and I came to a song called Symphonia Destino, and it has like this weird, like, kind of opera fucking hook in it, and I was like, what the fuck? I've never heard anything like this in hip-hop ever. That song is still, I really don't even know what to think about it, to be honest. But, you know, the first few songs or whatever, and then it comes down to, I think, about See You on the Weekend with Sadat X and stuff. It's about 2, 4, maybe the 7th song in. around that mark, right down to the end, including the bonus tracks, dope record. You know, it started off kind of like hit and miss. You know, the first track wasn't bad. Glad You're Symphonia Destin. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to, man? And then all of a sudden the song to that X came up, and then right from then down was really, really good. I thought this was dope, man. Maestro doing his thing. It's not his best performance lyrical-wise, I will admit, but really fucking cool, man. He does a song on here with Cool G Rap called Legendary. Very cool shit. You got Adam Bombs on here, Divine Brown, Socrates, Chaos. Who else is on here? Of course, Sadat X and shit like that. But overall, not a bad album. It kind of caught me surprised because it started out kind of hit and miss, and I was like, oh my god, this album's gonna be horrible. But it turned out to be actually pretty fucking good. So yeah, I do recommend this. Next up is Seven Gems. Really, really dope record consisting of Purpose, Netsy, Knack, Code 9, and Tragedy Gaddafi. It's basically, Tragic Allies and Tragedy Gaddafi. This is really dope, man. Everybody comes together really good on this. The production by Purpose is really fucking dope. Kind of, not really underrated, but I think this album just really works top to bottom. There's no really misses on it. It's got a perfect, consistent vibe through it, and it's just hip-hop. You got Rock Marciano for features on here. Killer Priest is on here, Shabam Shadiq, shit like that. So, very cool, man. Definitely check this one out. I kind of enjoyed this one. Not kind of, I really enjoyed it. It was fucking dope, so. Next up is probably one of the worst albums I ever bought in my entire life. This was obviously a blind buy. I only picked this up because it was like it was like $7 brand new. And I was in a buying mood when I was at HMV one day. I saw it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give it a listen. And that is, of course, Laugh Now, Point and Laugh, Make Fun of Me. Thumbs down the video. Fresh Ideas by Skilo. I just wanted to hear it, man. I was just in one of those moods. I know you're laughing, pointing, going, Mood, you're an idiot, you suck. But yeah, this is fucking terrible. This is absolutely fucking horrendous. It's so bad. I can't say anything good about this. It's just a piece of shit, man. The beats are fucking horrible. He's horrible on it. It's really, really bad. Next up is YouGod's Keynote Speaker. I kind of dig this album. It's pretty good, man. And you got fucking Inspector Deck and Elzai on here. Cool Key. Styles P, Method Man, Jackpot, Genius, shit like that, Overall, man, not bad, people always shit on YouGod, he's the worst member of the Wu-Tang Clan, blah, blah, blah. I thought the album was pretty decent, though. It was okay. Next up is Emancipator from Dusk Till Dawn, instrumental record. If you're a fan of Emancipator, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into with this. It's more of like, his... I don't really know how to ambient kind of music or whatever. Really fucking sick instrumentals though. Could not say enough good things about this. This is really amazing shit right here. Next up is Ari the Rugged Man, Legends Never Die. What can I say about Ari the Rugged Man? This shit is fucking amazing. Lyrically. Fucking amazing lyrically. There is a couple beats on this record that kind of I wasn't really feeling too much. But overall the product is actually quite good. It's quite good. You cannot deny R.A. the Rugged Man's lyrical, like his flows and his content, and it's just a style, and he's just such a big presence on the mic, and one of the biggest issues I had in this album was a couple of the hooks were kind of really corny and shit. Definition of a rap flow was ridiculous, man. His flow was so stupid, lyrically amazing. But the hook comes in, I'm just like, it sounds like, it kind of sounds like something that fucking Leaders of the New School would have done, just kind of fucking around with their, but it worked back in those days to have those type of weird hooks and stuff, I'm not putting down Leaders of the New School or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, I don't find the chorus was appropriate for that type of song. He could have done something else with the chorus. I just thought it was a poor choice. What's the other song on here I was not feeling? Love to Fuck was, whatever. The song Underground Hits with Hopsin. I'm not feeling that song. But you know, like I said, you know, overall, it's pretty fucking good. I would recommend this album, especially if you're a fan of RA in general. You're probably not going to be disappointed with this at all. So, but yeah, Legends Never Die. You know, it's a solid record. It really is. So. Eh? Okay, kisses? Oh, he's a good boy. You guys got no kisses? You guys got no kisses? Okay. Alright, that was an intermission. Sorry about that, guys. I think it was like 25, 26 minutes into the video, so I had to definitely stop for an intermission because I realized I was not going to make this in 30 minutes. This camera only records 30 minutes continuously, so have to do an edit. So yeah, cheers. Alrighty, so moving along, I just finished up with R.A. the Rugged Man. Next up is Superstition, the Blackboard EP, signed by Superstition. It's actually an album that I received from Bandcamp. Recently, I've ordered the Apollo Brown tape, the Ghostface Killah Brown tape, and Tony Touch, the Return of the 50 MCs signed edition or whatever. Never received them. That was like 3 months ago. Never got them in the mail. Emailed, no responses, so I totally got fucked out of those 2 albums, so I'm going to have to reorder those. So fuck you, Bandcamp. Motherfuckers. This is actually the 3rd or 4th album I've never received from something that are from Bandcamp orders. Fucking piss me off, man. I'm getting livid. So anyways, getting to Superstition, the Blackboard EP. This is dope, man. Superstition always fucking comes through, man. This guy is so sick, man. You know, he got about a 10-track EP. It's a little longer EP, to be honest. Really does work. Fucking solid quality hip-hop. One of the better EPs I've heard in a long time, to be honest. He signed it on the front there. You can see Superstition 2013. And, of course, he actually went out of his way and signed the disc, too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Superstition. Check that out. Might be still copies left. I don't know. Next up is another Canadian cat by the name of Fourth Pyramid. The Sky Belongs to the Stars. This is just another EP that he put out. You know, it's decent. It's not the greatest work that he's ever done, but it's, you know, it's solid. Anyways, he produced a couple cuts on here himself. Grand Theft, of course, produced a couple. So, and he does. He's got the instrumental to all the songs. And Clyde, enough. Sorry. And he's got a bonus song on here. It's called "Is It Over?" So very cool. Decent. It was cheap, man. I think it was like $6 brand new. So next up is the Prodigy and Alchemist collabo record, and this is, you know, honestly, I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan of the Alchemist production. I think what he does with MCs, he always seems to find something that's going to work. And, you know, of course, in recent years with Prodigy, haven't really been the biggest fan of Prodigy. I don't know, he's kind of hit and miss with me, but I think this one really does work. I think it comes across pretty good. I got, once again, Rock Marciano on here. You got The Alchemist, Action Bronson, Raekwon, Havoc's on here, and yeah. So, one of my dogs is looking up at my other dog that's outside, looking in at me while I do this video. That's why he's growling at her. So I have too many dogs. But anyways, yeah, Prodigy and Alchemist, actually really, really solid release. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was actually quite fun. But yeah, you know, once again, I gotta pick up everything by The Alchemist, though. I mean, not everything by The Alchemist is hard because he does put out so much stuff, but very cool release, though. Next up is the, I was actually kind of surprised I didn't pick this up myself. Like I said, I've never been the hugest Snow Goons fan. I actually don't even own one Snow Goons release. Solo rec or solo compilation, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I do own the, yeah, I do have some work by the Snow Goons. Anyways, but I end up picking up this one, the PMD and Sean Price release, produced by the Snow Goons. Welcome to the Goondocks. Now, I do like Sean Strange. I think he's pretty dope. I've always been the hugest EPMD fan. I love PMD. I think PMD is so underrated. And you know, the thing about PMD is that he actually sounds like old PMD, you know? I didn't really know what to expect from this because PMD over Snow Goons beats, I don't know. But this album actually turned out to be pretty fucking good, man. I really enjoyed this, to be honest. You got Smooth the Hustler on here, which was a surprise feature. You got Read the Lost Cause, you got Esoteric. There's lots of pretty cool fucking features on here. Chief Comanche. You got Tom J, the Knuckleheads. Like, where the fuck did that come from, man? Of course, I think PMD actually may have found the Knuckleheads back in the day, so I think that's where that came from. You know, Signature of the Snow Goons. But, you know, overall, it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. People were dumping on this one, man. You know, before it even came out, to say it's going to be the worst fucking album of the year. Not even fucking close. Check out Skilo's album. This isn't bad. I actually really enjoy this. I think Sean Price is a lot better than people give him credit for. He's pretty good. Next up is Pigeonhole, another Canadian group, released on Urbnet Records. Now, this is very like instrumental. This is very like experimental kind of thing. I don't really know how to classify this hip hop. Like, I really don't understand where this would ever fit into anything. You'd have to hear it for yourself. It's very hard to explain. And you know, with that said, this isn't my type of thing. I can't really get into this. It's not, I mean, I love experimental hip-hop, like, you know, just kind of different type of styles and stuff, but this one, I don't know if it really works for me. You know, I really don't know what to say about this. It's called, Chip Blood. I don't know. I honestly do not know what to think about this, so you may have to revisit it, but at first couple listens, I wasn't digging into it. So next up is Quasimodo, Yes Sir Whatever. Of course, this is Madlib. This is fucking dope, man. I love Madlib with a passion. Everything that he does, Quasimodo, is fucking sick in my opinion. I think it's very quirky and unique. Madlib has so much different types of styles. You know, I've talked about this so many times in Madlib stuff, probably earlier in this video. But you know, Madlib is just, you know, he goes from like jazzy to like doing this type of Quasimodo stuff, and I think this is really dope. I know some of these songs were released on, you know, 12-inch singles and stuff, and some of the stuff is unreleased. But this is a very cool release. If you're a fan of Madlib, especially Quasimodo, the Quasimodo stuff that he does, check this out, man. This is really fucking cool, man. A very cool cover too. Next up is an album that I had no idea what it was going to be like, and of course this is the unincluded Aesop Rock and what's her name? The chick that sings in there. I'm just totally blanking right now. And something Dawson. Anyways, but yeah, the unincluded. I'm totally blanking on her name right now. I don't know why, but anyways, she does kind of like this folk kind of choruses and stuff. Aesop Rock on the rhymes, of course. Beats are really dope. This is a really cool album. Really cool to listen. Even my wife was like, what the fuck is that? She's like, I know this is Aesop Rock, but she's like, what is this? And she was really digging it too. You know, which is a good thing. She's got really good taste in hip-hop, you know. She's a big Tribe Called Quest fan like I am, so I don't really know why that matters. But anyways, the unincluded, man, Hockey Fright. You know, this is very interesting. This is definitely not for everybody. I would not recommend this to everybody, but you know, with that said, man, if you are a fan of Aesop Rock, you're probably going to find something here that you like, so definitely give it a whirl. Another pretty solid release by Rhymesayers. No, it's just bugging me. What is the chick's name? Is it... I don't know. Just whatever. Someone leave it down there. I know. Very cool album. So that's going to do it for the 2013 releases that I picked up this year, or in the last couple months. I have actually quite a few albums that are on order right now, and I would say probably close to 20 more. So this is how many 2013 albums I've picked up just in the last couple months. So, I mean, not the hugest stack in the world, but I've picked up quite a few. And then I picked up a couple older records. I also grabbed, you know, Safe in the Steep Cliffs, Emancipator. I just didn't have a physical copy of this one. I had to pick it up. Just fantastic ambient kind of instrumental music. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to hear it for yourself if you've never heard this, but it's just amazing shit. Like, I fucking love this stuff. It's really cool. This came out in 2010. Very, very cool shit, though. So if you like Emancipator, never heard that one, which you probably have, definitely check it out. Next up here is a UGK album, Underground Kings album. The only one I didn't actually own. And that is Too Hard to Swallow. I did not own a copy of this. I've always been a big fan of this, man. It's got the original Pocket Full of Stones on it, yeah. So, you know, what can I say, man? This is really, really early UGK from 1992. And I'm just finally glad to get my hands on this. I found it for $6 brand new, actually, when I was in New York. And I just came across it, so I was like, you know what? I gotta pick that shit up. So, finally just got my hands on it. Next up is a Ultramagnetic MCs album, The Four Horsemen. I fucking love this album. I wish the Ultramagnetic MCs had done more stuff. You know, they put out a couple albums and then just kind of Cool Keith obviously did a solo thing forever, but I wish they were putting out quality shit like this, you know, now. This is so dope, man. If you've never heard this record, definitely check this out. Ultramagnetic MCs, and this is actually the original. This is not the reissue either. This is the original Wild Pitch release, so that was kind of a cool find. I just, I had this on tape. I never picked it up on CD back in the day, so, but yeah, very cool stuff. And the last one for this update is going to be Tanya Morgan, Moonlighting. Pretty cool release. This one came out, I believe, in 2006 or something like that. Yeah, 2006, Tanya Morgan stuff right here. This is pretty dope, man. You know, I like Tanya Morgan. I wasn't really a big fan of their, I guess their kind of EP/album last year that they put out. I thought it was kind of weak, but this is really good, though. You know, this is kind of like the classic Tanya Morgan sound that you're going to get, so very cool stuff. But yeah, Tanya Morgan. So that is going to do it for this update. I'm sorry if this went on way, way too fucking long, but like I said, I just hadn't done an update for so long, and I was like, you know what, I gotta fucking get this done, because I know people have been bugging me about it, so. But I do have lots of really cool stuff coming. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for some of the albums, and like I said, I should have had the Brown Tape in here. I should have had the fucking Tony Touch album, which I really do enjoy both those albums. I think they're amazing. I love Tony Touch's album, man. I know it's been getting mixed reviews and stuff, but I think there's some really, I just love the structure of it. I think it plays out well. Some of the perfect kind of mixtape kind of vibe to it, but works good. But anyways, that is going to do it for me. Mood616, thank you for watching. If you're watching at this point in the video, props to you. And I'll definitely be back within, well, obviously before the end of the year. December, I'll have my, top probably 20, 25 albums of the year. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, peace out, guys.